Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, this is Sinta here. In this session, we will talk about body language. Has anyone never heard about body language? Well, so body language is the communication of personal feelings, emotions, attitudes, thought through body movement, sometimes gestures, facial expressions, walking styles, position, and the distance. And body language is the way your body communicates without even use any words. Body language can happen consciously or even unconsciously. For example, the way you are sitting right now, paired with your facial expressions, can tell others a lot about you. Based on your body language, we can tell whether you are amused or concentrating hard. We can tell whether you are approachable or if you are having a bad day. And another example, Julia works at a local department. She spends a lot of her day interacting with customers, co-workers, and there's a lot of talking involved, but there's also another form of nonverbal communication that's being used as just often body language. Body language is the process of communicating through nonverbal signals. It includes things like our postures, facial expressions, gestures, and more. The meanings of this all vary from culture to culture, but we instinctively read body language and interpret it as some expression of moods, feelings, or intentions. So in Julia's case, even before she speaks, she may be communicating all kinds of things to customer. For example, if her arms are crossed like this and she's avoiding eye contact to customer, and these customers may not find her to be very approachable. However, Julia could be in a friendly mood, even though her body language suggests otherwise, and this is not necessarily a conscious choice that she's made. This could just be how she habitually presents herself, but if Julia is aware of this habit, she can work on improving her body language. Changing your habits can be difficult, but if you take time to pause and check in yourself, you can start to notice them and adjust things to become a better nonverbal communicator. This awareness can also be applied to reading others' body language. Let's say I noticed that my co-worker is unusually quiet as her body turns away from me and is slouched over. I may pick up that she's upset or that there's something unspoken issue at hand depending on my relationship with her. I may want to give her some space or ask if anything's wrong. Well, being aware of these various aspects of body language can make all the difference in how people perceive you and how you perceive them. So, be aware of how you present yourself, since you can say a lot without even speaking a word. Alright, so check out this video to know more about body language.
We communicate with our words, but also with our actions. Communication is more than just what we say to each other. It also includes our facial expressions, gestures, and body language. They can add to our communication or even change the meaning of what we're saying. To be a good communicator, you need to be aware of nonverbal communication and understand what you're saying with your actions. In this video, we'll go over 3 major types of nonverbal communication. Then we'll talk about how you can use these skills to communicate with someone. Facial expressions. You probably already use this type of nonverbal communication without even realizing it. Usually, we don't think much about controlling our facial expressions. But facial expressions are important because they show people how you feel about something. If a friend tells you about something sad, you would probably make a serious expression to show that you understand how serious the situation is. If you decided to smile, the other person might think that you're taking their situation lightly, or you don't understand. It's confusing when someone's expression doesn't match up to the conversation. Being aware of this type of nonverbal communication can help you communicate better. Gestures. Many people rely on gestures as a sort of backup for communication. We might use them if we have trouble communicating with someone. If you're ordering ice cream in a busy shop and the cashier can't hear you, you might use your fingers to show them how many scoops of ice cream you want. Some common gestures can also help us communicate, like okay, the peace sign, and thumbs up. But some gestures mean different things in different cultures. If you're communicating with someone you don't know, it's important to think about which gestures you'll use. Body language. Body language is like facial expressions because we often use this type of communication without realizing it. But body language means communicating with your whole body, not just your face. It shows you how open or closed someone is to communicating. If someone's arms are crossed, they're looking away, and they aren't making eye contact, they might not want to talk to you. But what if they say hello with a handshake or elbow bump, have their arms at their sides, and make eye contact with you? This body language shows that they are much more open to communicating. Let's take a look at how you can use nonverbal communication skills to be a better communicator. Speaking to someone who is learning English. Dina works for a moving company and has a new coworker, Yuri. Yuri just moved to Canada from Russia and has only been learning English for 1 month. Dina and Yuri are packing boxes at a client's house. Yuri, can you take these 2 boxes to the truck? But leave these other 2 boxes here, Dina says. Yuri looks confused. Making eye contact, Dina puts up 2 fingers, points at the boxes that should go out to the truck, and points outside. Yuri understands, and he moves the boxes out to the truck. When Yuri gets back, Dina gives him a thumbs up and a smile, and Yuri smiles back. Dina used gestures as a backup method of communication when Yuri didn't understand her words. She made eye contact with Yuri and used clear body language to show what she meant. She also smiled when he completed the task, using a facial expression to show positivity. Mixed messages. Greg is the branch manager at a bank. One day, he walks over to Jalen, a bank teller. Hey Jalen, can you cover Nancy's shift tomorrow? You'd be really helping us out, Greg asks. Jalen crosses his arms, looks away, and says, yeah, I guess. Greg is confused. Jalen says he will work the extra shift, but it doesn't seem like he wants to. Are you sure? Greg asks. It's okay if you can't make it. Jalen turns to Greg and makes eye contact. I'd like to work the extra shift, but I need to do some family stuff tomorrow, he says. Okay, no problem, Greg says. Thanks for clarifying. I can ask someone else to take it instead. At first, Jalen said one thing, but he really meant another. If Greg only listened to his words, he might not have understood the situation. But Greg thought about Jalen's body language and asked questions. That helped him understand what Jalen was saying. Understanding nonverbal communication is a very important part of becoming a good communicator. It can help you understand what other people are saying, and it can be a backup mode of communication if you have trouble. Looking out for these types of communication and using them when you're speaking with others will help you keep becoming a better communicator.
That's all for this session. Thanks for watching and see you sometimes. Bye.